Hey guys, so for this look I am using the products that were in the MeMeMe Create the Look kit that I featured in a, whoops, you can't see, that I featured in a previous video. It's the one before this one, so I'll put it down below, the link down below in case you didn't see it. But these are all like mainly drugstore products and mainly from MeMeMe. So right, so the first thing we're going to do is use an eye primer. Now you don't have to use, this is a case primer potion, you don't have to use this, you could just use some concealer and powder over the top of it, that'll get the same effect. Once you put your concealer or your eye primer on, you're going to be needing a black base. I'm going to use L'Oreal's Hip Cream Shadow Paint in Steely. If you don't have that, you could use something like the, whoops, knocking stuff over, something like the Benefit Bag Girl Liner. Just put a little bit on your eye and then smudge it out, smoke it out. You just need something to help these colours really pop. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paint in Steely, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that on over that primer and blend that out. And you want to leave the little inner portion in the inner corner free. You don't have to be like tidy with this, it's not going to show. So the first thing we're going to do, this is the Drama Eyes Quad from MeMeMe that I featured in a previous video. I'm going to wet this brush just a little bit, I don't want to wet it too much, just with normal water. And I'm going to dab the excess off on my hand because I don't want it to be too much. And then I'm going to be taking this purple here, kind of a violet-y colour, on that brush, and putting that in the centre of my eye over that black base. And you see the difference it makes, having that black base there. And you just want to put that down to get the intensity that you want, and then work that into the crease a little bit, but you don't want to go too high up with it. I'm going to keep, if you see on the other eye, I'm going to keep this look quite edgy. I don't want to smoke it out too much. So just put that on and blend it. Blend out the edges like that. Then you could dust off that brush if you want, take another one, doesn't matter. You're going to wet it again, put the excess off the back of your hand, and we are going to be taking this colour. So we just use this one, we're going to take the one next to it, which is actually quite a nice, really pearly grey with a little bit of navy in it. So we're going to take that and put that just next to it. And blend those two together. Then finally we're going to wet the brush again, tap it off again, and I'm going to take the black. This is the one we just used. We're going to take this one, and I'm just going to put a little amount of that just in this outer pocket here. And start creating the shape that you want with this black eyeshadow. Now on the other side I've gone for quite a strong sort of triangular point, but you don't have to do that. If you just want to keep it rounded, that's entirely up to you. Okay, so that's the shape that I've created. As I said, you can create whichever shape you like. We're now where we've left this little corner bare and we don't have any of the black base on underneath it. We're going to take the silver from the Catwalk Quad, and I'm going to wet my brush again. I just think they just come out a little bit better if the brush is wet, but it's totally up to you. And I'm just going to dip my brush in the silver and just put that just in the inner corner. And you see the difference. I mean, putting it on wet makes it just so beautiful. It makes it very metallic. Put that in and blend it over into the rest of the shadows. I'm now going to take an MUA, which is the Makeup Academy from Superdrug eyeshadow in shade 17, which is the matte one. It's just a matte cafe latte colour, and I like to use this a lot, especially if you're using dark eyeshadows. I think it just really helps to blend them into the rest of your skin. So I'm going to take this and a little fluffy brush. This is just a L'Oreal one, I believe. Tap that off, get a little bit of the powder just on the tip of that brush, and then just kind of hit above those harsh lines. You don't want to blend into them, you just want to hit straight above that line, and that'll help to to gently kind of blend them out, but it'll also help to kind of tie them in with the rest of your skin tone. Just like that, so it just helps to soften the lines a little bit. Now for highlight, I'm going to be using an Urban Decay eyeshadow from the Naked palette, but you really do not have to have this or use an Urban Decay eyeshadow. I'm just going to do it because it's just there in front of me. So I'm going to be taking Sin, which is the kind of more pinky shade. I usually use Virgin, but I'm going to use Sin, and it's got a little bit of a kind of pink undertone to it. And I think when you're doing really dark eyes, I think it's really quite nice to have like a little pop of like something like shell coloured as opposed to like a stark shimmery white, like the Virgin colour for instance, because I just think it helps to soften it and make it a little bit more forgiving. So I'm going to take that on the same brush that I used to apply the matte shade with. Just put that on under the brow. And you can kind of use this as well to join the eyeshadow with the highlight colour if you like. You just want to tap it over the top of that line. I'm going to take a Pro Makeup brush number 8, and it is just a very flat paintbrush like brush, pretty much that's all it is. I'm going to wet the end of that, tap the excess off on the back of my hand, and take the quad again. And the first colour I'm going to use, and the predominant colour I'm going to use underneath the eye, is the violet colour, which is this one here. And I'm going to take some of that. And because this is like a paintbrush type shape, you can get really close to that lash line. So it's not going to make your whole eye look really, really dark, because this is not gothic, it's just, you want it to be edgy and very smoky. So this helps you keep the line very steady and to not make it too smoky under the lash line. I'm just going to place that violet colour just there in the centre, like that. Dust the brush off, wet it again, and we're going to take the kind of navy grey colour. We're just going to put that next to it on the outer portion of the eye. Just like that. Kind of match it up with the little wing we've got going on there. Then I'm going to be taking, finally, the silver that we used in the inner corner before. I'm going to take that on the same brush. Okay, so for liner, I'm going to use the two that come in the Create the Look kit. The first one I'm going to put on my waterline is their, this pencil, amazing, I love this. It's their Eyeline Eye Pencil in Kohl, and it just looks like that. And I'm going to put that, just a Kohl pencil, I'm going to put that in my waterline. And then for the top lash line, I'm going to be using their new, the MeMeMe Eye Sweep Precision Eye Definer, and I love these. It's like the little felt tip, and this one's in black, it just looks like this. I'm just going to put that on. These are really easy to use as well, I really like them. Just like that, so that's the liner done. Then for mascara, I'm going to be using, I've lost it, there it is. I'm going to be curling my lashes. These are just cheap lash curlers from Superdrug. Someone asked me what they were, and they're just cheap ones, it doesn't matter, I'm not bothered about things like that. And I'm going to be using the MeMeMe Fat Cat Lashes Mascara in Ultra Black, which comes in the kit. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes and apply that, and I'll be back to show you the rest of the look. Alright, so for cheeks, I have used, to contour with, I've used the Maybelline Pure Blush Mineral Powder, get there in a minute. I don't know if you can buy this anymore, but it's just kind of like a semi-matte satiny bronzer, to be perfectly honest. I just contour with it, so you'd be able to find one at like Superdrug or somewhere, they'd have something like that. Now for blush, I am going to be using the MeMeMe Blush Box in Coral, because I don't want anything too pink with this, because it is quite dark. So I'm going to just use the Coral Blush Box, and I'm going to be taking that on a Bare Face Beauty blusher brush. I'm just going to apply it quite far back. I don't really want it to come down here. And blend it in with my contour. And then for a highlight, which actually I should have done before I put my blusher on, but never mind, I forgot. I'm going to be using the Beat the Blues Skin Illuminator from MeMeMe. I think they've changed the packaging of this now, but it's the same product, in Sunbeam. And it's just a little, it's like a nail polish type applicator. Let's get a little bit of that there. And then, now for the lips, I'm going to be using a Maybelline, or I think it's their like Natural Sands collection. They still do these, so it's anyway. It's a Maybelline lipstick in Luminous Beige, and it's 742. I'm just going to put that on. Looks like that. So there's nothing that's really going to clash with the eyes. At the top, I'm going to be using L'Oreal's Glam Shine. Oh, can't see. Still can't see. What is it? Natural Glow. Glam Shine Natural Glow. In Crystal Nude Moon 405. It's a very shimmery, kind of sandy colour. And I'm just going to put that in the centre. And that is the finished look, guys. So that is my take on what to do with the MeMeMe Create the Look kit that I featured recently. I just love it. I think it's fantastic. It's definitely a really good buy because you just kind of get everything in it. So that is how I would wear those colours. Very, very smoky, very sexy, really, really like it. And the other products are all easily found in Superdrug. Yes, there's nothing really I used that was particularly expensive, but apart from the Urban Decay shadow to highlight, but that's just a highlighting colour. You can get one of those anywhere and they're all pretty much the same colour. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'll list all the products I use down below and where to get them, but as I said, you can get them all in Superdrug, so don't worry about that. And yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing if you have, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.